Now this scene should look familiar, but the question is, how has the film industry fostered and polarized the current issue of sexual harassment? This kind of incident can happen at any time and anywhere to anyone, but all too often it happens in the workplace. Harassment itself is defined as unwanted behavior or action directed at a person that may be intimidating, hostile, abusive, or discriminatory. This conduct may occur once or be persistent. Sexual harassment is unwelcome sexual advance, requests for sexual favors, or verbal or physical harassment of a sexual nature.
The film industry has played an important part in mediating and exploiting sexual harassment. It started when 13 women came forth and accused Hollywood's film mogul, Harvey Weinstein, of sexual harassment. This created the Weinstein effect, and within a month, 74 more women had come out and accused him as well. Many of the women who spoke out against Weinstein, Gwyneth Paltrow, Ashley Judd, Rose McGowan, are just a few of the famous names. It was described as a tipping point or watershed moment. The Weinstein allegations precipitated a national reckoning against sexual harassment. Since the allegations of sexual abuse by Hollywood producer Harvey Weinstein, women have been stepping forward to publicly share their stories of sexual misconduct. Although many of the accusations originally focused on Hollywood, more than 100 high-profile men across industries including technology, business, politics, and media have since faced claims ranging from sexual harassment to rape. However, things may be changing. Sexual harassment has recently become more mediated in our society thanks to the #MeToo movement. The phrase was first used more than a decade ago by social activist Tarana Burke as part of her work building solidarity among young survivors of harassment and assault. However, her activism was not well known until actress Alyssa Milano tweeted, "If you've ever been sexually harassed or assaulted, write Me Too" as a reply to this tweet. Over the next 12 hours, 30,000 men and women had used the #MeToo. This was the start of a revolution that looked to expose the truths of sexual harassment that had been covered up for so long.
Though there are countless movements out there, from the That's Harassment campaign of David Schwimmer to the Times Silence Breakers, here are some of the real testimonies from real women on what sexual harassment is really like.
I was 16, I went to a concert.
And that was, what, you're like 10 in 5th grade? I was wearing a modest dress, obviously, but I was wearing heels.
There was somebody just following me back and forth. So the bus driver stopped in the middle of a big street and he opened up the door and he decided to harass me. He kept following me and saying things under his breath right behind me. I tried to walk in the revolving doors and he stopped the revolving doors and grabbed my arm.
I rounded a corner and there was a group of about 8 men and I walked by them, but one of them grabbed me on the shoulder.
These are definitely situations that could quickly escalate into something more violent.
An older white man reached under my underwear and grabbed my just like Trump described himself doing.
What was kind of weird was no one was really coming to help me out. And it took me physically screaming for the security guards came out and, handcuffed him and everything with the police. But I just feel gross and ashamed and then also guilty.
The guilt and the shame and the discomfort that these women feel is just one small snapshot of what is going on in Hollywood. So what can we do about it? We can fight back with our voices. Testimonies like these bring awareness, and people like Tarana Burke are here to head start the change we need to see in more than just entertainment, but in our society. Though 41% of women have experienced this aggressive kind of behavior, Burke is looking to change every last one of these percentage points.
Something is traumatic.
This is what the movement means to her, and why it should mean something to every one of you as well.
It just frees you. It frees you from the shame. You don't have to give the details, because the details really don't matter. If somebody is bold and stands up and tells their story, and you're not ready to do that, and that's not where you are in your journey, to just simply say, "Me too," is powerful, but it's soft. Me too can be a conversation starter, or it can be the whole conversation.